Scroll through the contacts on your phone right now. Hundreds of names, hundreds of numbers. But if your life fell apart at 3 in the morning, how many of those people would actually pick up the phone? We are raised on a very specific, very dangerous lie. Society tells us that popularity is the ultimate measure of a successful life. We are told that if you have a massive group of friends, you are doing something right. And if you are often sitting alone, you must be doing something terribly wrong. But psychology tells us the exact opposite. Studies show a fascinating correlation between high intelligence and a small social circle. In fact, the smarter you become, the more your social circle shrinks. Have you ever looked around a crowded room and felt entirely out of place? Have you ever sat at a table full of laughing people and realized you have absolutely nothing in common with any of them? People might call you antisocial. They might call you arrogant or distant. But your isolation is not a flaw. It is a psychological filter. Today, we are going to explore why a highly intelligent mind naturally rejects large social groups, and why having only 1 or 2 true friends is actually a sign of supreme mental health. The first psychological reason is a biological intolerance for small talk. Think about the average conversation at a social gathering. People talking about the weather. People gossiping about celebrities. People complaining about minor, insignificant inconveniences. For an average brain, this type of chatter is a comfortable way to bond. It requires 0 cognitive effort. But for a highly intelligent mind, small talk is literally agonizing. Your brain is wired to seek complex patterns. It craves deep philosophy, complex systems, and meaningful ideas. When you were forced to listen to someone complain about a minor drama for an hour, you were not just bored. You feel your mental energy being drained from your body. Why would you surround yourself with people who make you feel exhausted just by speaking? The second reason is the high standard of authenticity. Smart people possess incredibly sharp emotional radar. They can spot a fake personality from a mile away. They see the hidden agendas. They notice when a smile does not reach someone's eyes. They hear the subtle competition disguised as a compliment. A brilliant mind simply refuses to play the game of pretend. You would rather sit alone in a quiet room than sit at a table full of people wearing masks. Because being alone is peaceful. Being surrounded by fake friends is the true definition of loneliness. The third reason is a divergence in life focus. Highly intelligent people are almost always driven by long-term purpose. They are not living for the weekend. They are living for the future. Let us look at a very real situation. Imagine you are deeply immersed in a demanding project. Perhaps you are developing a complex software application for your university department. You are spending your nights configuring databases, testing logic, and solving intricate problems. Your mind is operating at a very high, very specific frequency. Then, Friday night arrives. A group of acquaintances invites you to a loud, crowded place to drink and talk about weekend drama. You decline the invitation. You do not say no because you hate them. You say no because the frequency of their world no longer matches the frequency of yours. They are consuming the present. You are busy building the future.
Over time, the gap between you and them simply grows too wide to cross. This leads to the fourth reason, the fear of sabotage. Intelligent people know that you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you surround yourself with people who lack ambition, people who complain without taking action, their mediocrity will eventually bleed into your mindset. Smart people ruthlessly edit their friend group because they are protecting their potential.
The fifth and final trait is the ultimate requirement for deep loyalty. For an intelligent person, friendship is a heavy investment. It is not casual. It is an exchange of vital energy. If you are going to let someone inside your mental fortress, they have to prove they are worthy of the space. Can they hold a conversation that makes you think? Can they challenge your ideas without getting emotionally triggered? Can you sit in complete silence with them and not feel awkward? Very few human beings can meet that standard. And that is perfectly okay. Intelligent psychologists call this the Savannah theory of happiness. Our ancestors needed large tribes to survive the harsh wilderness. But a highly intelligent brain has evolved past that primal need. Your brain recognizes that it can solve problems on its own. It does not need the safety of a massive, noisy crowd. What does this all mean for you? It means you must stop feeling guilty for your small circle. You are not broken because you prefer a Friday night with a good book or a meaningful project over a loud party. You are not cold because you stopped replying to people who only take from you. Having 2 real friends who understand the architecture of your mind is worth more than 1,000 empty faces in a crowd. Protect your peace. Guard your energy. Embrace the quiet space you have created for yourself. Because the people who truly deserve to be in your life will never ask you to shrink your mind just to fit into their world. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Future Minds podcast. If you are listening to this alone, know that you are in brilliant company. Keep exploring. Stay focused on your vision. And I will see you next time.